Greetings, fellow pilgrims and stalwarts. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, Episode 10, Blizzards and Bullets. So Nabla suggests the next construction project for the colony be one where we can keep the person required to ground pen scan from being hypothermic. Should we build a special building for the ground pen scanner? Now, because of the base design that we have, it's relatively easy. For those that don't know, a room to be properly a room to be heated, it needs 3/4 of its roof tiles filled in. So there's two approaches to this. A ground pen scanner takes up 9 cells. So you can make a 36 cell room, or a 6x6, with 9 of the cells revealed for the ground pen scanner to be unroofed, because it requires to be unroofed, but then for the room to be warmed. Now, the two ways to go about this, if you do vote yes, and this isn't like a faction thing, is one, we could put the ground pen scanner generally just in our roofed area within the base, and then the 9 tiles revealed would vent out, to the outside. Or we could alternatively build a designated 6x6 room with the ground pen scanner inside to try to limit the amount of heat escape. And then only when the ground pen scanner is on, heat the room with heaters. So there are two approaches to this. And you guys, or alternatively, not build a special facility at all. So I'll have you decide on that. And it looks like the yays have it. So the follow-up question, what accommodations for the ground pen scanner to receive? A specially heated room, or a scanner within the insulated walls. And yeah, you are always welcome to listen to the full description before voting, because I'm not going to end it before I describe it. So rushing to vote isn't always in your best interest, I think. But that's obviously left up to your prerogative. And it does look like a specially heated room is leading in the polls. And the benefit of that, the deficit of that is it will require more power to keep the ground pen scanner on, because not only will it need to be on, but the heaters will need to be on, sometimes at least. The benefit is that it doesn't create a 3x3 hole within the insulated area of the base, so that the rest of the base could maybe retain heat. So either way works. And it looks like we are going with a specially heated room. Got it. Thank you for voting. So the flooring for the stockroom is nearly done. And as soon as that is, we are going to be building a ground pen scanner room. Is she going to survive? I think so. So in terms of their needs, these guys, I'm going to create a new food policy. Clearing all. No food. We're not planning on feeding them, just patching them up. To try to tell their leader, Weirlig, to leave us the hell alone. Nope. Are you another sanguine? No, you're probably chemically fascinated. That is the face of an addict. Yep, that's drug desire. This is jealous. And this is nimble. No, actually, you were nimble? I think that was your nimble face. Alright. I don't know what nimble face would look like, so I guess now I know. Oh, good God. Nabla, I highly suggest running for the hills. We have got another godless raid. Scattered all over? I suppose it's a good source of slag, but I am getting a wee bit tired of their raids. I don't really see any, like, dangerous weapons. It's mostly just melee. As far as I can tell. There's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them? Wow, you've got a lot of metal in your face. Holy hell. This door is, not doing so hot. So I'm gonna have fish pick. Try to, keep that door from falling and closing the other doors so that they are not, vulnerable. Did I set nimble for release? I believe I did. Release, release, release. Yeah, they're all set to release. They're all... Oh, you're not set to nomads. But... There we go. Right. What about gear on you? Because I know there's components here that we need to scoop. These guys are pretty poor, given that they're, like, brawlers only. So... Oh, no, there's one medicine. Smoke leaf joints. Yeah, they have a little bit of stuff. A lot of drugs. You were addicted to everything, weren't you? The answer is yes. Okay. Threats over? I'm going to keep these doors closed so that if this door is a breach, they don't go into our meeting halls to mess anything up. We're already releasing some of the army of scavengers. I recognize that look. That is the I like to kill people look. Yep. Well, Nabla, I'm very happy that you were outside of the base for that. They appear to be clever. Back to back to back to back to back to back raids? Yes. That is what our life is like. When you have a generator, everyone wants your generator. I might have to adjust these a little bit. So, speaking from like a sheerly game mechanic standpoint, why this is happening is a lot of the other incidents are disabled by default that don't make sense. Like Manhunter packs, for instance. Because Manhunter packs or single animal insanities and things like that, well, there are no animals and there really shouldn't be. So... the storyteller is left with only really raids to pull the trigger on, as far as events go. And, well, yeah, they do that often, and with much malice. So we're getting raided constantly as just a result of most of the other incidents are disabled. So there's nothing else that we can do other than deal with raids. Uh, 12 medicine. Okay, so I definitely want to kill Madam. I think Schmidt also had medicine. Yep. And this is Prime Army, so there's no point in capture and release. They want to kill us no matter what. Again, the factions, Prime Army is a pirate gang, and the Godless are cannibals. And the army of scavengers are just very hostile scavengers. Possible to have positive relationships with, but like not strictly likely. Zeusin's got tattered apparel of button-out shirt. Okay. Copy that. Been given the warning of dangerously low food. We still haven't fixed the floor here, which is crazy. Oh, frickin' hell. Are we allowed to trade? No, it's already in the details. Please read the details, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. That would be most kind of you. Everything you need to know is like written in the details that is relevant to the rules. They've got mixed weapons. And they're gonna... Oh, so this actually might be a bit of an advantage. They're trying to steal stuff. Meaning that they're not necessarily going to try to kill us. They're just grabbing stuff for theft, and we can stop them on their way out. And Progadog is like, oh, you're trying to leave? Yeah, I think not. Now they're fleeing. And they don't really have anywhere to flee to. This is more godless. Got it. Oh, okay. It's gonna be like that Sigma, huh? Don't worry, they took nothing. Ultimately. Axios is trying to clean up all the corpses. We are going to need an overflow. Yeah, I'll deal with that in a minute. So for now, I'm planning on overflowing them over here. Right where we used to. Overflow corpses 1. Overflow corpses 2. Disease infection. That's not me. I don't really care. Axios, shouldn't you be able to put corpses in here? Critical... Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. What is your kill? Okay, your kill someone's already maxed out, so... No, it's not zoning. It's just being weird. Overflow 2 was set to critical. Important, and... Oh yeah, it was set to critical. Okay, important. And in the future, they are not going to be permitted to be around there anymore. Yeah, let's keep getting rid of the bodies. So, for reference, the heating our base with corpses was something not to be allowed for outside of the winter. But that's not to say that I won't burn up these corpses for the overflow. So the overflow corpses are going to go bye-bye. And Axios, yeah, okay, the plants are still growing. Got it. This is obviously tending the farm is the highest priority. But we have a lot of bodies for base heat, if and when we need base heat. And a lot of slag to get through. But for power conservation reasons, I'm not doing that right now. So we did finish flooring there. So current priority is build a special room for ground scanning. Alright, Axios, sorry to do this yet again. What? You're pulling another late night. Luckily, no one is happier than you are, so you somehow don't mind. His mood is, fine. Oh, army of scavengers, huh? And they want to besiege the colony. Well, that's all sorts of different. So they got 3 bolt-action rifles, heavy SMG, and everything else is close range. Now, the question about insulation... Some of these guys are well insulated, but not all of them. 2 are particularly vulnerable. What we're going to want to do is to probe at their defenses. So the assault rifles here for range is 31, and a bolt-action rifle's range is 37. So I'm having Axios and Zeusin, or Nabla and Zeusin rather, switch weapons. Or Nabla and Axios, sorry. Switch weapons so that Zeusin and Axios can snipe at the siegers, and before that, Axios, you keep doing what you were doing. Before I have them deployed, because I see the amount of food that we have available to us, let's get cooking. Because it will take them a minute to set up their camp. Just so that we have enough food for everyone for today. Okay. You two. Out. They've both... Axios is sleeping, but they both recently have eaten. And today I'm going to keep the sun lamp off. Because we won't need it. Nothing's growing. I feel like I should have sent them here sooner because we're getting shelled. Fire, okay. We're almost in range here. Oh, wow. Assaulting the colony after one shot. That's lucky, because they're going to abandon their camp and chase us down. So the worry is, of course, they're long-range weapons, but they did bring in food, lots of food, and shells, and mortar barrels and components and the like. So something to be, something to grab when we're able. And we are being sieged by the army of scavengers, so I think it's going to be kind of funny, which is why I'm doing it, for us to release whatever prisoners that we have of their faction while they're attacking us. Alright, most of the benches I've just turned off, and now I'm mustering a shooter defense. A bad time for Axios to pull night duty, now that we have a base defense. But oh well. Oh, not a good place for that meal. Interesting, some are going north, some are going west. Some are trying to plow the door over. None of the other... Oh no, that's being breached. But they won't be able to walk through there. Snaps down. Rhadamant and Nabla switching places. Fishpick is buying us some time. Wasting their breachers' time. Now, the reason they're breaching in the way that they are is these doors were closed. So I'm going to open them back up at the end of this fight. Done. Injury report. Not particularly serious. So, Pragadog and Nabla. Gonna get some bed rest. And we just have some repairs to do. Snap, are you worth capturing to release? 4 hours with one leg? No. No, with one leg you're not likely to make it to the edge of the map before you expire. Alright, it is time for the fourth proposal. Stalwarts want to be given an extra hour of sleep to dedicate themselves towards intellectual pursuits. Pilgrims, on the other hand, want to be guaranteed higher quality beds to assist with recuperating from hard labor. You can also abstain from voting or defer to me. It's up to you. It's quite tied. There is no compromise here. It's one or the other. It's kind of a winner-take-all type. And I'm curious what you end up voting on. We'll wrap this up. Oh, I didn't mean to do 2.5 minutes. And if it is a tie, it will be treated as a defer to the steward, for better or for worse. And we're coming down to it. 30 seconds left. I wonder how many people we've killed so far in our pursuit of self-defense. We are crazy busy. And it's one of the reasons why I've prohibited corpse looting for both clothing and for weapons, as it would, given the frequency of raids, make everything a lot easier, obviously. Okay, Pilgrims win by a single vote. So as a result, the measure passes, and Pilgrims will be given higher quality beds to assist recuperating from hard labor. So if there are the beds that are the highest quality in the base will be given to Pilgrims preferentially. So the result of this poll, the Stalwarts are not particularly happy with how recent politics have happened, but the Pilgrims are, Pilgrims doing fine. Pilgrims kind of like it. Oh, there was one other thing about the voting. So just how social progress works, right? Changes to through voting will affect, you know, the outcome of these things. So the result of this is that, as you can see here, the Pilgrims have adopted a higher mining yield as a result of being given the highest quality beds. So we are working towards deep drilling and ground pen scanning, and they're dedicating themselves towards boosting that. I'm also planning now on the room that the ground pen scanner will be built. I'm... I think I want room behind it. It's gonna be a bulky... Well, if it's there, then that's a different problem. I'm going to use the external walls to make the project cheaper. Even though it won't be possible to air gap it with the outside. So this is a 6x6, and the ground pen scanner will go in there And it will be able to be doubly insulated and heated. A specialized room that was proposed by Nabla. Speaking of Nabla, get some rest. And we have a bunch of external walls to fix up. So as far as the beds go, at the moment, Fishpick has the only bed higher quality than good. So we're still fulfilling the pilgrims are preferentially given the better beds mandate. You are malnourished. You can't even stand up now. I'm going to offer them one meal. Mostly just to get rid of them. Oh, yep, you never made it out. And you probably won't, given your infection. I was hoping to ditch them before the infection took them, but it doesn't look likely. Is Axio still on 24-hour duty? No, he isn't. You can leave the biocoded alone. Actually, leave the Molotovs alone as well. Go for the slag. So he's exhausted just because of his day schedule, but he's not, oh, yeah, he collapsed. He isn't required to be up. Are you going to be able to walk anytime soon? We may just have to let them perish. Wasn't really planning on feeding them all that much. And Axios, once you're up, there is a lot of regular old corpse burning that we're going to have to do. Oh my goodness. City under siege. Battery's looking pretty good because we haven't, we've been keeping things off for a bit, so we'll get that back on once Axios is up in the morning. It's funny that we have, like, prisoner was released, positive mood. They were released. They were still killed, but they were released. Maybe one more meal. Just to try to get rid of them. We did manage to get a whole lot of packaged survival meals, so I'm going to make special effort to haul those soon. As a result of the siege that we prevented. So that's a nice cushion of food for when things get lean. We don't yet have enough rice for cloth planters, no. We're still very low on food. A lanterns opportunity, not one that we are going to be able to capitalize on. So the other thing I'm going to want to grab from down here is the mortars themselves, so that in the future, when we have sieges, we can use our own mortars against them to try to break up their sieges without having to go into the cold, which might be really nice to do if it's really cold. Definitely a make or break kind of situation. I also might want a dedicated spot to place the shells rather than the general stockpile. I'll consider that if we want to build a an area that is more secure for things like chem fuel or shells or whatever. Oh, we're actually releasing Kel. Faction, still pretty hostile. Mostly because the people that we've been releasing have not been surviving. It's not my fault. Ground pen scanning is not too far away. It's snowing. We're probably not going to be able to get any of these corpses burned. I'll try in the morning when it's not snowing on us. I know we still have the tattered apparel. It's not so tattered that I'm going to make it like a high priority, but I'm keeping an eye on it all the same. Little billiards in the dark. It's a bad place given that this is acting as a recreation room for us to hold slag, but there's not really a better spot. Once we have a little bit more power, we can consider just smelting the slag. Or putting it in here, where it's going to be hidden from the attractiveness of the room. One thing I like about the snow is it covers up all that blood that's out there. Covering the tracks, maybe reducing the raids. Grabbing the second mortar. And then we'll make an effort to grab the components and the food and the like. We are zeroed on food. Alright, it is time. Meal policies. I'm going to call this any meals. And meals that don't have insect or human meat will be allowed, because we're out of food at the moment. So the packaged survival meals in here are fair game. Now for this specific room, it is going to require an unroofed section for the ground pen scanner. And then eventually it's going to require probably a switch, which means using up steel for conduit. And then heaters inside, so that the person scanning isn't frozen outside of, you know, depending on the external temperatures. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch, January 26th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors on the ice floe.